A bustling city in northern Punjab, Ludhiana plays a key role in what India wears every day. Famously called the Manchester of the East, it manufactures over 80% of all woolen clothes in the country. Nearly a third of all industries in Punjab are based in Ludhiana. Of this, the garment and textile industry has the biggest slice of the pie. Units in Ludhiana make knitwear and hosiery out of cotton, polyester, and acrylic. Your favorite hoodie, your work from home pajamas, or your gym clothes have probably been here before. Workers knit, dye, style, and manufacture them in this textile town. Some of the world's most expensive branded clothing is made here, including Nike, Puma, and Adidas, with exports valued at nearly Rs 3,000 crores. A big part of making clothes is dyeing. But while color brings clothes to life, the dyeing industry leaves a darker stain. Behind Ludhiana's bright textiles lie a smoky skyline and a river that runs black. Tajpur Road once ran beside a clear stream of water, the Bura Darya, or Old River in Punjabi, which drains into one of the largest rivers in the region, the Satluj. But today, one of Ludhiana's larger dyeing clusters has made it unrecognizable. The river has become a toxic sludgeway with a greasy layer on top, flush with the stench of rotting eggs. Sometimes the rotting carcass of an animal dots the water. With its new look, it got a new name. It's no longer called the Bura Darya. The locals call it the Bura Nala, or the Old Sewer. How did this happen? Bura Nala is a complex mix of pollutants, but two of them have starring roles: industrial effluents and domestic waste. To treat domestic waste, the Ludhiana municipality installed a sewage treatment plant, but it stopped working almost a decade ago. The plant could only process so much. Factories in the area connected their sewer pipelines to it and let their wastewater flow into the sewage treatment plant through the same pipes. No wonder the plant spluttered out. How did we get here? In the 1950s, an industrial boom hit Amritsar and Ludhiana with little or no environmental regulations. Big water polluting factories didn't need to have high quality effluent treatment plants called ETPs and went with either low quality plants or none at all. As of 2018, of the 1,505 water polluting small scale industrial facilities in Punjab, 54 don't have ETPs. We spoke to the member secretary of the Punjab Pollution Control Board, Karunesh Garg, to find out why.
These are small garment washing units or small electroplating units which spruce up in a small room. वो तो एक छोटे से रूम में दो लाख की मशीनरी भी नहीं लगती, तो वो they start working. Whenever we find them, we close them down. So this is not very serious issue. Washing industry अगर हम commercial angle से देखें तो then they are problematic. However, their effluents are just like domestic effluent. If we have to also look at the sustainability of such plants. We cannot ask small guys to put up a bigger treatment plants, and they will not be able to sustain their businesses also. So we will have to see that point, and we will have to have some kind of policy on that.
Remember when we said the two major pollutants in this river were domestic and industrial waste? Two different government departments are in charge of cleaning up each one. The Punjab Pollution Control Board, which should be handling industrial waste. On the other, we have the Ludhiana municipality responsible for treating domestic waste. But when these two problems start flowing together, the government doesn't know what to do. Karunesh Garg admits that to this date, Ludhiana city doesn't have the infrastructure in place to separate domestic waste from industrial effluents. Where there would be two pipelines, there's only one.
All these industries were given connection by the municipal corporation, and moreover the ETPs were there. At that point of time, they were trying to just get the benefit out of that system.
One pipeline instead of two. How bad can it be? Worse than you think. The millions of liters of waste in Ludhiana's rivers have become a matter of life and death, but mostly death. The river contains heavy metals, elements so toxic that they are a danger to the people at large. In a study published in 2014, Scientists at PGIMER in Chandigarh showed that gastrointestinal and water-related eye, skin, and bone diseases are commonly found in villages located next to water streams whose soil has been polluted by industrial waste. They also found that cadmium, which is found in the groundwater of villages near polluted drains, is responsible for kidney damage and bone-related diseases. Many of the local residents' mottled teeth could be due to high fluoride levels in the groundwater. But somehow both the government and private companies have yet to identify the sources of the heavy metals. Why?
मेरा मानना है जी कि गवर्नमेंट भी डरती है कि गवर्नमेंट इस गल तो डरती है कि कल ਨੂੰ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਸਿਬਿਲਟੀ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਦੀ ਆ ਜਾਏਗੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇਗਾ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਕਸੂਰ ਇੰਡਸਟਰੀ ਦਾ ਨਿਕਲਦਾ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਚ ਸਕਦੀ ਕਿ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਜੇ ਕਸੂਰ ਪੈਸਟੀਸਾਈਡ ਦਾ ਨਿਕਲਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਵੀ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਚ ਸਕਦੀ ਕਿ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਅਲਟੀਮੇਟਲੀ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਆਪਣੀ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਸਿਬਿਲਟੀ ਤੋਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਡਰਦੀ ਹੈ
Karunesh Garg from the Punjab Pollution Control Board says the board has brought Bura Nala's pollution down to permissible levels.
Earlier there used to be heavy metals observed into the Buddha Nala. Around 3 to 4 years back, we have been able to put in place the common effluent treatment plant for electroplating industries. Now with that, we have been able to arrest these heavy metals going into the sewage. So now we are not observing the heavy metals beyond permissible limits, the water which is flowing in the Buddha Nala.
But is this enough? Maybe not, because toxins in the water have already caused irreversible damage. The Bura Nala cuts across 2 villages in Ludhiana and meets the Satluj a couple of kilometers away. In both villages, illness and disease run rampant. Residents believe industrial wastewater is the reason why.
पानी साड़ा बहुत गंदा ही है बिल्कुल भी कोल्डी करने वाला भी है नहीं मतलब पीण तक बहुत दूर दी गल
But not everyone can afford to pay for water purifiers. Baljeet Singh says that he uses water directly from the government installed taps.
ਇਹੀ ਭਰ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਲਈਦਾ ਇਹੀ ਪੀਦਾ ਤੇ ਇਹੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਧੋਈਦੇ ਆ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਰੀਦਾ ਪੀਣ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੰਦ ਆ ਦੇਖ ਲਓ ਇੱਧਰ ਵੀ ਦੰਦਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਖਰਾਬੀ ਆ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਪਾਣੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ
23-year-old Jaspreet Singh says that his entire family suffers from calcium deficiency.
ਡੈਂਟਸ ਨੇ ਮੈਂ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਤਕਰੀਬਨ 2010 ਚ 11 ਚ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਦੰਦਾਂ 'ਚ ਪੀੜ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰਾਇਆ ਸਾਰੇ ਦੰਦ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋਏ ਹੋਏ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਡੈਡ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਰੀ ਫੀਲਿੰਗ ਕਰਾਈ ਤੇ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਕਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਪਾਣੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਗੰਦਾ ਕਾਰਨ ਜੋ ਬਰਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਕੌਲੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਦੰਦ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਲਈ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਸਾਰੇ ਦੰਦ ਡੈਡ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਫੀਲਿੰਗ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਕਰਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਤਕਰੀਬਨ ਮੇਰੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਫਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਦੰਦ ਪੂਰੀ 42 ਦੀ ਏਜ 'ਚ ਨਿਕਲ ਗਏ 42 45 ਮੇਰੀ ਸਿਸਟਰ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਦੰਦ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਆ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਡੈਡ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਕਰਵਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਆ ਤਕਰੀਬਨ ਸਾਰੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਸਾਡੇ 100 ਚੋਂ 80% ਸਾਰੇ ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਦੰਦ ਖਰਾਬ ਆ
Jaspreet plans to migrate out of his village. People even avoid visiting the village because they're afraid of the water and the inescapable smell of sewage. A few kilometers away, the village of Manewal has the same story, where water has ruined lives.
ਇਹਦਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਵਹਾਅ ਇੱਧਰ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਣ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਪੀਣਯੋਗ ਪਾਣੀ ਉਹ ਪੀਣਯੋਗ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾਣੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਗੰਦਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਲਓ ਵਾਲ ਦੇਖ ਲਓ ਚਿੱਟੇ ਹੋ ਗਏ
ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਪਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਗੰਦਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਇਹਦੇ ਸੈਂਪਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਾਰੀ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਔਰ ਪੱਤਰਕਾਰ ਵੀ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਪਾਣੀ ਸੈਂਪਲ ਲੈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਬਸ ਡਾਰੇ ਰੱਪੇ ਡਾ ਕੇ ਅਜੇ ਇਹ ਪਾਣੀ ਉਧਰ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ ਜੀ ਇੱਧਰ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਦੀ ਸਫਾਈ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਆ ਪਰ ਹੋਰ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਿਹਾ
At Manewal, we saw the point at which the Bura Nala joins the river Satluj, and the sight is shocking. The heavy, greasy sewage water does not merge with the river. It runs in a single separate stream, a river within a river. But the locals still have to use the river to bathe, so they stick to the side where the water isn't black. But while dyeing industries play a critical role in this contamination, they are keen to acquit themselves of accountability. Rahul Verma, a dyeing industry representative, says conveniently that it's not just them. The electroplating industries, dairies and tanneries all empty their waste into the Bura Nala.
मैम आप रॉ वाटर भी डाइंग का अगर टेस्ट करवाएंगे तो वो टॉक्सिक नहीं मिलेगा कि जिससे आप कहेंगे कि कैंसरस है. नो डाउट उसको क्लियर करने की जो उसकी टोन है उसको क्लियर करने की ज़रूरत है जिसके लिए ये CTP प्लांट लगाया गया क्योंकि जो मीडियम स्केल इंडस्ट्री है दे आर नॉट सो एक्सपर्ट कि वो उसको हर कोई उस इतना एक्सपर्ट लेवल का टेक्नीशियन अपने पास रख पाए जिसको वो ट्रीट कर सके. देर आर सम कल्प्रिट्स आल्सो, बट मैक्सिमम इंडस्ट्री जो हमने अच्छे यूनिट्स हैं वो पानी ट्रीट करके ही सीवर में ऐड कर रहे हैं. लुधियाना में काफ़ी तरह की इंडस्ट्रीज़ हैं. हमारे यहाँ इलेक्ट्रोप्लेटिंग भी है, हमारे पास ड्रम वॉशिंग भी है, हमारे पास डाइंग भी है और हमारे पास वॉशिंग गारमेंट वॉशिंग भी है. तो ये कंसर्न डिपार्टमेंट ही बता सकता है कि हैवी मेटल्स कहाँ से आ रहे हैं. और डेयरीज़ भी हैं जो उसमें आता है. आई एम नॉट वेरी श्योर कि हैवी मेटल किस इंडस्ट्री से आ रहा है. जबकि इलेक्ट्रोप्लेटिंग भी है, वो अपना पानी CTP पे लेके जाते हैं टैंकर्स में. तो कोई ऐसी इंडस्ट्री होगी जो इस वक्त अभी तक पॉल्यूशन बोर्ड की नज़र में नहीं आ रही है जहाँ से हैवी मेटल्स बूढ़ा नाला में आ रहे हैं.
Ludhiana is trying to fix the mess it is in. The municipality and the Punjab Pollution Control Board, under the directions of the National Green Tribunal, are planning to go to the source, separate domestic and industrial waste. A new and upgraded sewage treatment plant is replacing the defunct one at Jamalpur. The industry and the government together are installing 2 common effluent treatment plants at Tajpur to process the wastewater from 2 dyeing clusters with small and medium dyeing units. But some larger units belonging to big brands like Oswal and Duke are outside its ambit. The operators of these units have said they have their own treatment plants and don't require government interference. Citizen activists hope they will see the water running clean again. But they also know that a problem of this size isn't going away anytime soon. Join us in the next episode where we explore how new technologies could help turn India's clothes green and keep its water clean.